Sauron, a name that echoes through the ages, whispered in fear and awe. He is known as the Dark Lord of Mordor, a title that strikes terror into the hearts of many. His story is one of power, a relentless pursuit of dominance over all. It is a story of ambition, an unquenchable thirst for control and supremacy. And it is a story of the corruption that can twist even the purest of hearts, turning light into shadow. Sauron was not always evil. There was a time when his spirit shone brightly. He was once a Maia, a powerful spirit created to bring harmony and order to the world. He served the Valar, the guardians of the world, with loyalty and dedication. But Sauron's desire for order and control led him down a dark path. He craved power more than anything else. This desire consumed him, turning him into the enemy he swore to fight, a shadow of his former self. Sauron's story is a reminder, a cautionary tale of how power can corrupt. It shows us that even the most powerful beings can fall, that no one is immune to the lure of darkness. It teaches us that the choices we make define who we are, shaping our destiny. And it reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope remains. There is always a chance for redemption, a glimmer of light in the shadow. To understand Sauron, we must first understand the Maia. The Maia were powerful spirits. They existed before the world was made. They helped shape the land and the seas. The Maia were servants of the Valar, the guardians of the world. The Maia possessed great power. They could change their shape. They could command the forces of nature. Some Maia, like Sauron, were skilled in crafting. They used their skills to create wonders. The Maia were not all alike. Some were drawn to light and good. Others, like Sauron, were drawn to darkness. Their choices shaped their destinies, and ultimately, their choices affected the fate of Middle-earth. Sauron was not always known as the Dark Lord. He was once called Mairon. He served Aule, the Vala of craftsmanship. Aule was like a smith. He shaped the mountains and the rocks. Mairon was a quick learner. He was eager to please Aule. He learned to shape and craft things of great beauty. He was fascinated by order and structure. He wanted to understand how things worked, and he wanted to control how they were made. Mairon's skills grew. So did his pride. He began to desire more power. He wanted to create things that would last forever. He did not realize that his desire for control would be his undoing. In the early days of the world, there was a powerful Vala named Melkor. He was the first Dark Lord. He desired to control everything. He saw the potential in Sauron, the skilled Maia. Melkor tempted Sauron with promises of power. He offered him knowledge and control. Sauron, eager to learn more, was drawn to Melkor's power. He began to serve the Dark Lord. Sauron believed that he could bring order to the world. He thought that by following Melkor, he could make things better. He did not see the darkness that was growing within him. He did not realize that he was becoming the very thing he swore to fight. Section 5. The Will to Dominate. Sauron's Ambition. As Sauron served Melkor, his desire for control grew stronger. He no longer wanted to simply create. He wanted to dominate. He craved power over others. Sauron became a powerful lieutenant in Melkor's armies. He waged war against the free peoples of Middle-earth. He used his knowledge and skills to create weapons of terror. He became known as a cruel and cunning enemy. Sauron's ambition knew no bounds. He betrayed his former master, Aule. He turned against the Valar, the guardians of the world. He sought to rule all of Middle-earth. He would stop at nothing to achieve his goals. As Section 6. The One Ring, a tool of control. Sauron desired ultimate power, a power that would allow him to dominate all life in Middle-earth. He poured his knowledge, his malice, and his will into a single object, the One Ring. This was no ordinary ring. It was forged in the fires of Mount Doom, imbued with dark magic. This ring was more than just a piece of jewelry. It was a vessel of immense power, a conduit for Sauron's malevolent influence. It was a tool of domination, designed to bend the wills of others to Sauron's own. Sauron poured much of his own power into the ring, making it an extension of himself. This act made the ring incredibly potent and dangerous. He believed that as long as he possessed it, he could not be defeated. The ring was his greatest strength and his greatest vulnerability. He used the ring to control the other rings of power, which he had deceitfully distributed to the leaders of Middle-earth. He gave these rings to elves, dwarves, and men, promising them power and wealth. He hoped to enslave them all, binding their fates to his own through the One Ring. The One Ring was a symbol of Sauron's corruption, a physical manifestation of his dark ambitions. It represented his desire to control everything and everyone, to bring all of Middle-earth under his iron rule. It was a dangerous weapon, capable of corrupting even the purest of hearts. It threatened to plunge all of Middle-earth into darkness, a darkness from which there might be no return. Section 7. A World at War, Sauron's Reign of Terror. Sauron used the One Ring to spread his influence across Middle-earth. He built fortresses. He gathered armies of orcs and other foul creatures. He waged war against the free peoples. Sauron's reign was a time of terror. His armies marched across the land, leaving destruction in their wake. He corrupted many with promises of power. He sought to crush all who opposed him. The free peoples of Middle-earth fought back. They formed alliances. They battled Sauron's forces. But Sauron was powerful. His grip on Middle-earth tightened. The fate of the world hung in the balance. Section 8. The Forces of Good Resistance and Hope. In the vast and mystical lands of Middle-earth, where shadows loomed large and darkness threatened to engulf all, a glimmer of hope persisted. Even in the darkest of times, hope remained. It was a beacon that guided the hearts of the brave and the noble, a light that refused to be extinguished. There were those who refused to bow to Sauron's will. They fought for freedom. These valiant souls, clad in armor and wielding swords, stood firm against the encroaching darkness. They fought for their homes. The villages and castles, the places where their families lived and thrived, were worth every drop of sweat and blood. They fought for the future of Middle-earth. The vision of a land free from tyranny and fear drove them forward, generation after generation. Gandalf the Grey, a wise wizard, rallied the free peoples. With his deep knowledge and unwavering resolve, he became a beacon of hope and wisdom. He knew that the One Ring had to be destroyed. This ancient and powerful artifact held the key to Sauron's dominion, and its destruction was paramount. He formed the Fellowship of the Ring. This diverse group of heroes, each with their own strengths and stories, united for a common cause. This small group of heroes would attempt the impossible, to take the ring to Mordor and destroy it in the fires of Mount Doom. Their journey was one of immense courage and determination. The Fellowship's journey was fraught with peril. They faced many dangers. From treacherous landscapes to fearsome creatures, every step was a test of their resolve. They lost friends along the way. The cost of their quest was high, and the pain of loss was a constant companion. But they never gave up hope. Their spirits remained unbroken, fueled by the belief that their mission was just and necessary. They knew that the fate of Middle-earth depended on them. With every step, they carried the weight of the world's future on their shoulders, determined to see their mission through to the end. Section 9. The Fall of Sauron, a lesson in power. The story of Sauron is a cautionary tale. It shows us that power corrupts. It teaches us that the desire for control can consume even the noblest of hearts. In the end, Sauron was defeated. His own creation, the One Ring, proved to be his undoing. When the ring was destroyed, Sauron's power was broken. He was vanquished, his reign of terror finally over. Sauron's story is a reminder that even the most powerful beings can fall. It teaches us that good will always triumph over evil, and it reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope.